Hello and welcome to the Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on what do your guides or the universe think about your friendship. So I got this idea from another tarot reader, Talisman Tarot. I just thought I should say that just to give credit where credit is due. And she has very good readings on her channel, so I just thought I'd give credit where that was the channel that gave me that idea. The prompt is for this reading is, what do the guides or the universe think of your friendship? So we've got five different piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and number 5. And let us see what comes up for that. Alright, so pile number 1. What do your guides or the universe think of your friendship? So I'm hearing that this friendship runs deep. Page of Swords, the Fool, and the Hierophant. So that's what I heard, is that like, I'm filming this outside, which is a really, I really like the healing energy of the sun. So I'm hearing that what I'm hearing about this friendship is people may think that it's sort of or people may, think that it's a superficial friendship with a Page of Swords, but it's actually very deep, and it has kind of a very deep spiritual purpose to it. So it's sort of like I'm hearing that people may not understand your friendship, because it's almost like I'm hearing some people might wonder, why are you friends? Why are you friends? And sometimes, and this may not going to apply for everybody, but sometimes you poke fun of each other sometimes, or have sort of a lighthearted, it seems to other people to have like a lighthearted energy, like, oh, you just hang out, or you hang out, but there's actually a deep energy behind it. And it could be from past lives. It feels like somebody that, interesting, the Knight of Cups. So that's like an emotions running deep. I'm hearing you might have actually been lovers in a past life. And don't be alarmed if this is like a same-sex friendship and that's not your orientation this life. Not that there's anything wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with, same-sex couplings. But it's sort of like, I shouldn't say that. I'm just thinking I shouldn't say the S word because it might trigger. Anyway, but that's the YouTube algorithm stuff. But yeah, it's sort of like it's like people kind of give your friendship the side eye with sort of fascination. It's kind of like this weird energy, and it's like they don't understand. Like for some, you kind of get along, but for some I'm hearing you almost have these turmoil, it could even be arguments in your friendship, but it's like you just keep on, there's sort of this energy where you kind of return to each other again and again, and people can't, a lot of people can't understand the kind of spiritual energy that runs in your friendship. And it could be even from very dark, wow, friend, that just popped out of the deck, friend. But yeah, people may not understand that there's a huge past life. Like you may have been friends with this person I'm hearing even 100 times. And it's sort of like, and some of the times you may have been actually, intimate. We won't use the S word because we don't want to trigger the algorithm, but because over lifetimes friendships can change. Money, one or the other one may be drawn to help the other one. Like it's an interesting dynamic where I'm seeing throughout different friendship or lifetimes. It's sort of like one may have helped the other. Sweetheart, yeah, so you guys may have been sweethearts in a past life, and it's like it's sort of like, oh, it's happening again. It's happening again. Like the friendship, like there's almost this energy of like, it's like an old hat. Like it happened again. And you may have the need, you may each be like protective of each other. You may need to protect each other and in this life. But there may be, yeah, this energy of like, you just like, sometimes arguments erupt and you both can't figure out why. You both can't figure out why this argument erupts from past lives. Like you can't figure out why all of a sudden you'll have these arguments sometimes, or out of nowhere. And some people are like, oh, why are these people so friends? You may have been friends for 20 years. So it doesn't feel particularly toxic, although there could be toxic energy sometimes, like, but it's like, it just feels like it's sort of a pattern, a very strong pattern from past lives. Okay, we've got the word, I don't want to like, the word erotic. So yeah, there may have been, and that may surprise you because there may not be that kind of energy between you, but there has been, I'm hearing on occasion in past lives. Like, because like I said, it can change in past lives. And yeah, it's fascinating. And it feels, unless there's nothing too toxic in it, it's sort of like, it would be interesting to sort of talk to somebody and figure out. And it may be, I'm hearing also, your friendship may encourage, you may trigger each other, but it may be in a way to help you to clean out your house or move forward. You may kind of egg each other on towards goals, maybe through a competition sometimes, or sort of like sort of, I don't know, sort of egging each other on. That's the energy that I get. But, and I'm hearing also, it might be you guys may have switched genders in different lives. Like if it ever became like romantic, one maybe have been the male, one have been the female, one have been the female, then the male. So yeah, it feels like a deep friendship. I'm hearing still waters run deep. But I'm hearing that the toxicity, if there is any, should be kept under control, but sort of watch for it too, and watch for the threads to other lives, and watch for sort of trying to control the other person, or them trying to control you, or like sort of funny dynamics from past lives, I'm hearing. So that's all we've got for pile number 1. And then we've got pile number 2. Let us see, what do we have for pile number 2? A blue. So I'm hearing this person, like I'm hearing is that someone needs to let the other one fly free. So 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and Wheel of Fortune. Because there's a real, and you may have not been known this at first, but there's a dynamic where one of the friends wants to control the other friend. And I'm hearing that it could, depending how insidious this could be, it could be, the person may want to control you for good intentions. I'm hearing their way is the highway. So if that's the case, the person may just think, they may railroad you into different, like they may try and control you, your path, even your path of employment, misfortune. So what I'm hearing is like this person could really try and, like I say, they could control you, and it could be from a well-intentioned place, but I'm going to get to where I don't think it's exactly a good intention, because this pile feels like a kind of a split pile. So this person may just, because you've got this bird here, so there may be a controlling agenda on your friend's part towards you. Like, it's sort of like this person has this real need to control you for some reason. It could be a past life thing. It could be something psychological from this life. It could be just, this person may even not even know why they feel this way towards you. So I'm hearing with misfortune, this person, if it's the good intentioned section of the pile, like it feels split, they may feel that they're, by controlling you, they're preventing a misfortune from happening. Like they're very stubborn, and they think that their way is the only way. So they may be telling you what to do. Like they may be really critical, even like if you have a new job, they may be kind of like trying to say, well, that job isn't good enough for you, or picking out the problems in the job or something. And it may be, and I'm hearing you're kind of an independent person, and you may not like people invading your space and your business. So I could see you kind of getting irritated and wanting to kind of get away from this person when they get like this. And they don't understand it, because when their intentions are good, like their intentions are good. But I'm hearing there's a negative vibe to this, where this person could actually be quite mean-spirited to you and almost nasty, and wish for bad things, like wish for bad things on you. It's really like doctor, like they've somehow, or maybe in something may have happened in your friendship, where they want to wish bad things on you. They wish, or they even gossiped about you. And it's like, okay, so I'm hearing that if you've broken away from this person in particular and claimed your freedom, this person may have been really angry about that, like really angry, and their love, their so-called controlling, almost smothering love, may have turned to hatred. And this is not a very, you may have really seen the dark side of this person's boss. That's crazy, that the boss. So this person wants to be the boss of you. They really want to be in the boss of you. And like I said before, it could be well-intentioned, but if you've broken off from this bossy, controlling friend who wants to be the boss of, they may even want to be the boss of other people as well too. It's kind of like they need to mind their own business and focus on their own life. Then you may sorry, there's an annoying wasp near me, which could be a symbology for this. There's this annoying wasp flying around me, and it could be how you feel about this friend. So they basically. But yeah, I've heard they've really gotten nasty towards you, or got shame. And what I've got with that is they've shamed you. If you've done something, it's almost like the friendship could have, or might be toxic, or gotten toxic, because this person, they're totally fine if you stay within a confines that they've set for you. But when you step out of that buoy, then they're going to shame you, and they're going to try, if they can't control you, they're going to shame you. So that doesn't feel particularly like loving energy, even though this is kind of like the person that would convince, you know how people say, oh, it's for your own good, right? You know, when an abusive, I don't want to trigger anyone, but like an abusive parent says, oh, it's for your own good. It's almost that this person's giving me an abusive parent vibe, and a really toxic, like everything's fine, even almost narcissistic. Like, you don't want to diagnose anyone, but it's sort of like when you stepped out of line, I'm hearing too, they may have really gotten vicious and spread nasty rumors about you even. Not going to apply for everybody. When you may have stood up, they may have just been like, okay, like you may be the type that put up with them, or maybe you put up with them, and you put up with them until you were just told them no, and you had a conversation with them where you finally told them like it is. It's kind of funny, because this person, it's almost like they can tell, it's totally fine for them to tell people what to do, for them to tear other people apart in their life, for them to control other people. But when you did it a little bit back, or stood up for them, to them in some even small way, it might have even been a small way, they might have just thrown off the handle and just ripped you to shreds, and been super nasty, and even told lies. Like, it feels like this person's like a nasty gossip at times. So yeah, I at first the energy, I was like, oh, it's okay, but now I'm starting to feel that the energy might be quite nasty. So the King of Swords, who can be really almost judgmental and nasty. And like, it's like you gave them, you may have given them, or maybe someone gave them like a small taste of their own medicine, like even a small taste. And they're just like, they were just like, they couldn't handle it. And they got really aggressive and defensive and attacking. So yeah, that's, so I'm hearing that, yeah, you may want to do maybe if you're into witchcraft, you may want to do an anti-gossip spell, or a return to sender spell of whatever. I don't know any of the spells, but, or even if you're not into that, you may just want to do like some sort of return to sender spell, or not spell, just energy. Like, you don't even have to get into witchcraft to work on the energetic plane, and you just say, no, you're basically like, I'm not putting up with this energy, and you're not going to put up with this energy anymore. You're not going to put up with that. And just, but this person feels really stubborn and dark, almost like they've got a really too much of a dark side. And it's like, everyone has a dark side, but this person is like almost like, it's really, it feels unusually nasty almost. Oh, we've got the wasp around me again. Yeah, it feels unusually nasty, like really vindictive and nasty, like to the point of this person just doesn't let up, you know? Like, it's just, they, like most people, if they've done something wrong, they can kind of, they can kind of go back from that and sort of be like, realize what they've done. But this person doesn't. They just seem like they just go full bore, and they never stop when they dislike some. So I don't really particularly like this person, but that's what I got for pile number 2. Hope you enjoyed. Now it's time for pile number 3. What will I get with this beautiful stone? Look at that stone. Is your friendship going to be beautiful, or is it going to be, let me see. So, 5 of Pentacles, which seems kind of a, so this person, they feel kind of like a bit of a user. Like, it's almost like, what can they get out of people? I mean, which is not, but that's what I first got. It may not be too toxic, but I'm going to see. What else is it? So Ace of Wands. So this feels like somebody who has a lot of passion for life, this friendship. And yeah, I get the sense that they're very goal oriented. And it's almost like, that's what I got, is when they no longer have use for somebody, they don't feel particularly loyal. Like, when they don't have a use for somebody, it's sort of like, well, the next one. The next one. So it's just, yeah, and I don't, but let's see what else. Oh, wow. The 3 of Swords. So, yeah, it feels like this somebody just, they're always, the sense is that they're always in greener pastures, and they don't really know how to sort of stick with somebody. And I'm hearing, like, you have much better energy than this person. You have much better energy. You have more love to give than this person. This person doesn't really have, and it's interesting, we've got the 3 of Swords in reverse. So so what I'm getting with this stone is like, they're always chasing the next shiny thing. This person may have like a deep emotional wound that causes them to do this, you know? Like, I'm not sure exactly what this is. It's a collective reading, but it's sort of like, it feels like you're the type of person that would be a good friend. I'm hearing is that this person isn't, I don't think they're terrible. Like, I don't think they're terrible. And it's kind of like somebody who, I think in the vibes, it's like, if they're not too toxic, it might be like somebody that you'd want to go out with on occasion, with boundaries. This feels like a taker. This feels like a taker. Somebody who doesn't really genuinely care that much about you, but they're basically, they'll essentially, like, grass is greenner and shallow. So they may have, I'm hearing they may have left you out in the cold, this person with the 5 of Pentacles, right? That's the card, right? The person's being left out in the cold. Like, don't expect, if you're sick, what I'm trying to say is, don't expect this person to to bring you soup is what I'm hearing. And it's sort of like, and I'm hearing you deserve much better than this friend. But like I said, you could have this friend, like, you're seeing a movie on occasion, like, just somebody, like, to sort of see a movie, right? But it's sort of like this person, they feel very goal oriented, and it's like they're actually giving me like a social climber vibe. Like they kind of like, their friends are kind of, what can they do for me? What can they do, as opposed to valuing somebody for who they are. So what I'm seeing from this is like, all glitters is not gold. And I'm saying, so this would be the person, like, just say they had a friendship with you, and then you had friends of two people, like you and somebody else, and the other person was like a well-known Instagram model, or somebody who was like, who had some sort of clout in some way. They'd drop you like a hot potato for this other person if they had to, and that makes sense, if they would, because this person would contribute materially to their life, right? So they just be like, oh, bye, nothing personal, but I want something, like the user energy. I don't hate this person, but I don't like this person either, if that makes anything. Pleasure seekers. Yeah, this person, they feel like they don't have a very good sound state of values. Like, they don't value friendship for friendship's sake. They don't give, and they don't give. I'm hearing you're a giving, loving person. And I'm hearing that you may want to, so you don't become cynical and bitter, you may want to energetically cleanse this kind of energy from your life. And I'm hearing, don't allow this person's user crappy energy to make you become bitter. Know that there is better people than this. I don't think this person's evil, or though it maybe, this is a collective reading, maybe they are, but it's more like they're just a user that, so give. This person doesn't know how to give. They just know how to take and to seek and slave. And this person may like servants, people who serve them in some way, like people who listen to their problems, or people who give them clout in some way, like kind of a shallow vibe. I'm not saying they're necessarily a narcissist. I'm hearing they could be in some cases, the collective reading, but they're not always a narcissist, but they could be. Like, in some cases, they're actually a heavily narcissist. So yeah, they want to be, like, they kind of want to be the boss in some way, or some, like, social climb or accomplishment. Appearance. So yeah, I'm kind of getting in more of a narcissistic energy, but it's a collective reading, so not all narcissists. But I'm hearing I'm hearing that you may want to do some heavy intention setting to attract better, because you deserve better than this. Just know who this, if you decide to keep this person in your life, know who they are, and don't let them, like, lower your expectations, is what I'm hearing. Just bring them down. If your expectations may be at a 9, bring it down to a 1 or a 2, right? They're just, and get some more, put the tension out to get some more real ones in your life, because this person is not a real one. Like, they're not giving out sociop, or they may, I'm hearing, like, on the fringes, there may be a couple people that pick this part. Might be a narcissist, dark triad. You know, the dark triad, look it up on the internet, the dark triad type. But it's more just like, this person's empty, so they look for social clout, right? They're the type that would go on a reality TV show and be one of those, like, shallow people that's just shallow. And that's just, some people are shallow and they suck. Some people are shallow and some people suck. I mean, there's nothing more I can really say, I think, about that pile. So now let's go to pile number 4. Pile number 4, the pink stone pile. So we've got the Lovers in reverse, the Queen of Wands, and the World. Okay, I'm gonna, like, cover this up a little bit right there, and cover this up right here. Oop, I'll cover this up a bit here. We've got these beautiful stones to cover up the anti-YouTube stuff, or the, what do you call it? YouTube disapproving stuff. Okay, so this person, they feel like a very strong and, like, it's interesting because the Queen of Wands and the Lovers are reversed. This person, they feel like a social, like, or a very passionate, driven person, but who's super focused, and they feel kind of disconnected from their heart. That's what I'm getting, like with the pink. And it's interesting, like either they I guess with these stones, it's like they might embody that energy of the opposite. So it's sort of like this sweet, loving, heart-centered energy of this person is like they're super, almost a little bit dominant, and almost a little bit very accomplishment driven, and it's like the world, they want to have their happy sort of ending, if you will. So they're super, but they don't really know how to connect to people emotionally wise. They've almost got, even if it's a female, they've almost got and I don't want to like they've almost got a male, you know, when females have a male energy, they've got kind of a male energy. So they're the kind of person, it's like, I don't think they're always that bad, but it's sort of like if you were to tell them, like, you're okay, this is what I'm hearing. If they were to hear your pet died, right, or something, right, they'd be like, oh, get another one, kind of like that. It's replaceable. Oh, I'll buy you one. Like, it's almost like they'd try and, like, if your pet died, they'd almost try and make it better with cash. Like, they'd be like, oh, well, this person, yeah, I'm getting the sense that they have the energy of being financially accomplished, almost. And it's kind of like they don't get human emotions. Like, they may have, they're the type that maybe they're the type they've climbed the corporate ladder and they make $300,000 a year or something, or they have that energy, that boss energy, and it's almost like they try and make things better, but they don't know how to do that. Like, so, like, if your pet died, they'd be like, oh, well, I'll buy you one. I'll buy you another pet next week, and I'll drop it off, and I'll make it all better. And, like, that's their way of, okay, I've got this money, and I can solve your problem that way. I'll buy you another pet, and then you'll forget about the other pet in a couple days. Like, that kind of, like, they almost feel robotic. They feel very, and you may wonder if this person's a different species. And other people, it's not only you that wonders that, it's like other people. I just see this image of being robotic, and you may feel intimidated by this person. And it's almost like they don't, and it's not necessarily a narcissistic vibe, but they may even be an alien, or that's interesting that I got that, but an alien species that, you know, there's different alien species that just don't get emotions that well. Like, they're the type that would, basically, they'd just be like, ah! Sorry about that. There's the wasp. There's been a wasp that's been sort of harassing me. So I didn't mean to alarm anybody with that, but there's like a wasp landed on my head. So maybe a wasp landed on my head. Maybe they're totally, like, you know, what's that guy in Star Trek? Is it Spock? Star Trek, and this person, they totally, I remember watching that one Star Trek Voyager, and who's that guy who's like, he's black, and he's like 109 years old, and he's the Vulcan race. Like, they're just like, I'm getting this person does not like surprises. Like, they don't, and it's almost like they wouldn't, like, if you were to buy this person a sentimental gift, they'd be like, oh, thanks. And then, like, and they wouldn't get, or a card, they wouldn't understand the good intention behind it. Like, but it's almost like they're trying to almost be human or pretend. It's giving me the vibe of somebody who's, like, trying to be, like, you know how the Terminator has to, like, to fit into society, he tries to act normal, but he can't quite. Yeah, they're giving me Terminator vibes. And like, they don't appreciate surprises. So it's almost like if you were to give this person a surprise party, they'd be like, oh, that's nice, but they wouldn't understand the emotion behind it. And it's like, it feels like this person they're not exactly bad, I don't think. And they even have, in some cases, they even have a generous spirit to them. Like I'm getting, it's not emotional generosity. It's almost like financial general. And this person may be super, super like intelligent. They even may even be a little bit on the spectrum with with autism even. And I don't know much like the whole autism. I find that a little bit confusing, but they might just be um like they try and they try and if they try and really, it's like they almost make it up for it. Like they try and get you like they don't, since they don't understand the emotions and they can't connect emotionally or really give emotionally, they try and like just say it's your wedding or something significant in your life, they try and get you a $500 gift, and that's their way of connecting, is through giving generous monetary gifts or do even acts of service. Like they may clean your house or something. It's like they try and be helpful, but in a way that's like a little bit clumsy. Like, yeah, and I got room, clean your house, like something like, but they just don't. So they seem kind of an interesting energy, I'll say that, like really interesting. And it's like, and I think that you felt a little bit hopeless dealing with this person, but I'm hearing just maybe, like, I think you've wondered at times, is this person a foe? Because they're like what I'm hearing is they may have reminded you of people in your past that have been quite selfish. And I don't think this person is necessarily selfish, but they just don't know how to show love in the proper way. Like they don't know, and I don't think they ever will. So I'm seeing that like you're going to be friends with this person, kind of never really expect them to be the life of the party or somebody, like if you sense that their intentions are good, then I'd say just kind of take them for who they are, maybe, like, and just sort of, and don't, like, I'm hearing you may have felt disappointed with this person, but I'm hearing just lower your expectations. And like the form of love that this person, actually the form of love that this person offers actually feels a little bit odd even. Like it feels almost odd. But I'm hearing that if you sense that this is your pal and they're not really, like, they're not negative, they're not like a negative they're not really, if you sense that their intentions are good, they're just a little bit like, I was hearing like, having a drink of water, I was hearing a socially awkward, but I'm hearing that this person, they're not necessarily socially awkward, although they could be, they're more emotionally awkward. It's like they can sort of socially, they've learned to socially blend in, but they can't emotionally blend in. Like they can't, if that makes sense. Like they can act in a confident, socially apt manner to some degree, but when it comes to emotions, they're just they're kind of bad with that. They're quite bad with that, in fact. But let's see what else. Rival. I'm hearing you may have thought this person is too competitive with rival, and I'm questioning, are they? Because I'm just seeing this. Okay, I'm seeing this image of someone who just gets up at 6 o'clock and exercises, and they do have this competitive energy to them. They do have a very competitive energy, but it's like, it's kind of like, I don't think, it could be in some cases nefarious, but it's more, like they just seem like this person who keeps themselves up. They exercise for 2 hours. They go to the gym, they get their hair done, and everything feels very robotic. And this person may feel alone, and it's almost like there's something so, it's like, and it's going to sound really funny, but in some cases this person has been birthed wrong. Like something energetically went on where they were disconnected from their heart, and they have this very weird foreign energy to them now. They're just, so I'm hearing to figure out whether you want to be friends with this person or you want to proceed. I'm hearing look at how you genuinely, try and suss out what is this person genuinely intentioned, right? Because this person, and I'm not making excuses for them, but they can sometimes feel a little bit misunderstood too. But it's almost like they're almost misunderstood by their own self, because it's just like something went wrong with them. And I'm hearing God. God made a very strange and special one when he or she produced their particular batch. Like, God made a very strange one here, when they produced them, and basically fail. It's almost like this person, they're afraid of failing. Like, they have this, they don't know what it is. But yeah, you may have been felt quite. They don't quite. They almost, something about, they don't even feel. They don't feel comfortable in their own skin. They may be a woman, but they don't feel like a woman. They feel like an android, an androgynous. Not like they just feel very, very strange and energy. So, but I'm hearing you may have felt taken aback by this person because they've had such insensitivity, but it's like there's just something so fundamentally flawed that they just don't know how to be sensitive. So yeah, so you have to decide, I'm hearing, you have to decide whether you want to be friends with this person or if you want to kind of accept them for the weird person that they are, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, but I'm hearing other people have been taken aback by this person as well. So you're not the only one who's had this reaction to this person. And it's almost like they've learned to socially, adapt by, they've created a social persona that kind of is adaptive, but it's kind of like sometimes it cracks at times. Like, some people wouldn't see anything's wrong, but some people are like, something's weird here. Something's a little weird. So yeah, you have to decide whether you're going to be friends with this person, is what I'm hearing. You have to go within and decide that. Ask your guides. Okay, pile number 5. What do your guides and friends think? Or what do your guides or the universe think of this friendship? So waiting. So we've got the 7 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, the Giving card, and the Ace of Cups. So what I'm hearing is, okay, this person could be a little bit too much. A little bit over dramatic, a little bit impatient, and a little bit too much to handle, is what I'm hearing. And let's see. Let's get some more, because that could be nefarious. It could not be nefarious. Let us see. Temperance. Yeah, they need to temper. Something about their personality is very nauseous or obnoxious. Page of Cups. Like, they've got something. It's like they're very emotionally. They're not. You know how there's this sweet and loving friend who's a person who's just not too much trouble, who's just listen. This is like the opposite of that. Like, they almost think they're royalty. They almost have, in some cases, they almost have delusions of grandeur. And it's like, and I'm hearing, they may have hidden this. You may have, okay, at the beginning of friendship, you may have seen this person, there's true color. Okay, I'm getting 2 different messages. You may have seen this person's true colors right away, and they're overly dramatic, overly obnoxious, arrogant, thinking they're the bee's knees, thinking they're purple, right? Purple stone there. For this power, they think that they're almost royalty, or they may have been a little bit more sneaky and hid that aspect of themselves for a little bit. It may have taken a little bit for you to figure out what this person is like. So I'm hearing this person, in a lot of cases, they're a grade A narcissist that really doesn't have a lot of sensitivity towards other people. They don't really, they don't care that much about people. They care about their own goals. And it's almost like they think that this is normal. Like, they almost, in some cases, they may feel bad about this, But in other cases, they think this is totally normal, and they're completely, so I'm hearing you may be at your wit's end with this person, and they may have trauma with surprise. I'm hearing, like, when you see surprise, there can be good surprises, but there can also be bad surprises. So it's like, it's sort of like this person, that you may have, this person may have really pissed you. Is that YouTube Friday? I don't know. Anyway, but you may have pissed you off so severely. You may have ended the friendship or wanted to friendship. This person, like, it's like they think you're their servant or other people. You should, like, I'm getting very self-centered energy. I'm not getting sociopathic energy. I'm just getting extremely, although it could be, we don't know, but it could be like, it's just very narcissistic vibes. Like, everyone, like, it's get the sense like they want every day to be their wedding, or every day to be their birthday, or every day to be Christmas. Like, it's like even holidays, they think, revolve around them. And it's like, in some cases, they may try to temper their behavior, because they just caused it. It's just like they feel like they're this whirlwind that's like, it's not intentional, I don't think. It's just to do with their highly, highly, highly narcissistic personality. And it's sort of like it's like I'm hearing with letter that they almost expect instant deference to everything that they do. Like they're very childish. I'm hearing very childish energy. Like they expect like you to just defer to everything that they do. Like it's the bee's knees. And I'm hearing this. This may be this person may be a toxic waste that you may want to remove out of your life. But I'm hearing that you may, if you're keeping this person in your life, it may be like just put firm boundaries around yourself. Child, and then child. I'm getting it. This person is like, it's almost like, you know how there's children, they just, I want it now. Like, as we grow up, right, we learn to, like, when you're young, like, you'll be like, I want ice cream now. And when you're an adult, okay, you temper that behavior, right? Although, because if you don't, you fail at society. So I'm hearing that if you didn't know what this person was like at first, it's because people didn't like, this person has actually garnered a lot of negative reactions from other people, and because of that, they basically they learn to temper their reactions in order maybe to curry your favor. Maybe I'm hearing the word, so they could get their hooks in you. So they could get their hooks in you and basically make sure that they had you. They wanted to keep you as a friend, right? They wanted to, like, I'm hearing you may be a little bit quieter than this person, and you kind of an easy, and it's interesting because these kind of people, unfortunately, they can attract, they won't go a lot of times, sometimes they will go with people that, like, you know, partner up with people that are just like them. That can happen, but more often than not, they partner with somebody who will put up with their BS, right? So you may have been like a easy to get along with person, right? And you just put up with them. So do you really want to put up with this person anymore, is what you're thinking, and you're realizing how wrong this person is. It's like you almost feel cheated in some cases, slave. And it's interesting because I saw servant and then slave. You may feel a slave to this person, and they're quite frankly in a lot of cases annoying. Like, and it's sort of like, and they may even be a path, they may even have a character disorder in some cases. I heard with lie, they may be like, they may lie to get what they want and be totally justified with that. People may fear, I'm hearing with fear, people may actually fear them because they're just so, they don't know when they're going to blow up and mess everything up. People, their family may fear them. They may, they're difficult. I'm hearing that this person has taken to heart, what's that quote? Not the early bird gets the worm. What's interesting, there's all these bugs around me. There's like a grasshopper, there's, maybe I'll show you guys. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to reposition. But there's like a grasshopper, but it's kind of going towards the reading. But it's sort of like the early bird get. What's that? Okay. What's that quote? Okay. Oh, I now I remember it. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. So they've taken that quote, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know how like there's this, you know, there's like the Eastern culture is sort of like get along. There's like our Western people say that like the Western culture is very much about being number one, like individualistic, right? Individualistic, and then Eastern culture tends to be more collectivistic. Well, this person has taken individualistic culture. In reality, there should be like a balance between them, between individualistic and a collectivist culture, right? But this person has taken individualism and me energy too far. And don't get me wrong, I mean, everybody should champion their own best interest to some extent. But I think you're realizing this person is too much, and maybe you're realizing that you need to champion your own best interest and not allow types like this to invade your space, not allow these types to overwhelm you, and to basically like to imprison you, or this is what you may feel with this person, like, oh God, not this person again. You see that prison, that picture right there? But it's sort of like this person, they've taken that quote, that Eastern individualism quote, the squeaky wheel gets the grease too far, where it's like they just, if anything, they're a Karen, what I'm trying to say. Not dissing anyone if you're called Karen, there's nothing wrong with being, but you know the whole Karen mime or archetype. They're a Karen. They're a Karen who, if anything's wrong, they just have no trouble calling attention to themselves and basically like, you know, yelling at the waiter, or just wanting better service, like just me, what do you think of me, you're not serving me, what do you think of me, you're not listening to me, let's talk about me, let's not talk about you. So they're just too, they just feel a little bit too narcissistic. They feel like toxic. They feel like a toxic waste product in the form of a person. Not trying to insult this person too much, but like I don't like the energy. But I'm hearing, if you have this person in your life, like you have to sort of mitigate your emotions around this person, not let them treat you badly. It doesn't seem like this person responds. I was about to say put boundaries, but it doesn't feel like they respond to boundaries. They're almost unbelievable is what I feel about this person. Like, it's just, they don't, like some people who are a little bit obnoxious, like you can tell them, they're like, oh, okay, I know I'm doing that again, and I'm gonna stop doing that, and okay, I know I'm doing this again, I'm gonna self-correct, and I know that, but this person doesn't seem, it seems like they self-correct only to get what they want. Like, for example, like basically, like they only held back in order to sort of gain your friendship. They may be a little bit clingy too. They may have wanted to get their hooks in you, because they get their hooks in people, and you may be somebody like they value you as a friend, but they don't really value you as a friend, if that makes sense. Like, they may think they do, but they're really just, they kind of just want a servant that goes along with their plans. So I'm hearing that you may want to see this person every 3 or 4 months, if that, and just have very firm boundaries, and I'm hearing this image, I'm just seeing this image of, like, you screen this person's calls sometimes. Sorry, there's a bug, sorry about that. But you kind of screen this person's calls, and you're just like, oh, I don't want to talk to this person right now. So you may want to do that and just put boundaries around this person and just recognize who they are, which is just not, they don't feel like a stellar person. They don't feel like people can be obnoxious but also have good sides as well. It doesn't feel like this person has a super good side. They may not be evil, but they're not that great either, if that makes any sense. So I'm hearing that the lesson could be for this, the universe lesson could be for you to champion your own best interests. Maybe you need to be a little bit more of a squeaky wheel gets the grease. Maybe you're both with this. Okay, what I'm hearing is like for this friendship, this bee is going around anyway. But what I'm hearing this friendship is they may be an extreme, like you may be extremely accommodating and nice and afraid to stand up for yourself. Why this person might be extreme, like they have no trouble doing that, absolutely no trouble. So the lesson in this friendship, whether or not you continue on this friendship, which it may not even be that relevant, it's like kind of like your own, it's about attending to your own energy, and you may need to be a bit more assertive, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You may want to take that quote into yourself and basically get the grease type thing. So you may need to up yourself in terms of assertiveness and confidence and getting what you want. So but yeah, like it's like protect yourself from this person. If you're friends with them, recognize you may even want to, and it sounds really funny, you may want to create this friendship into a psychological experiment to see if you want to actually continue friendships with this type of person, and sort of see how can you deal with these people. Can you deal with these people? This grasshopper is inching their way towards me, but this person may be way too, in some cases, maybe way too toxic to even do that, and you may want to cut this person off. But like if they're not that bad, if I'm hearing it kind of, it sort of differs. How bad they are kind of differs, but however bad they are, if they're super bad, you may want to get rid of them. But if they're not that bad, and you have to be the own gauge of this, it's your life, this is a collective reading, but you may want to make it into like an experiment. Like, how can I deal with these people? Can I stay strong in the face of these people? Maybe I can develop my confidence and my assertiveness and my like sort of willing to put myself out there energy, not to this person's obnoxious degree, but going in that direction. Don't worry, you're not gonna become like this person, because sometimes people, when they encounter people like this, they're afraid, oh, am I gonna become like this person? Oh, if I move a little bit, if I move a little bit inch in this direction, if I'm not so nice, if I'm more assertive, will I become like this person? No, you won't. You're not gonna become, you don't have it, you're not gonna become like this person. But at the same time, it's good to develop the aspects of assertiveness and getting what you want, like standing up for yourself, like minor Karen energy when needed. Like it's like you can learn how to, the Karen energy, you can use that, because there's a time to be a Karen. There is. This person's a Karen all day, every day, all the time, which is not good. But there's a time to be a Karen. I hope that makes sense. But yeah. I believe that's all we have, and have a terrific day. Goodbye.